All right, today we are diving into one of the absolute coolest pieces of engineering you'll find in a car, the turbocharger. And this isn't just about going fast. It's a brilliant story of turning pure waste into some serious power.
You ever wonder that? You look at a modern car, see it has this tiny little engine, and yet it feels incredibly powerful. How does it punch so far above its weight class? Well, the answer is usually this amazing little device spinning away under the hood.
So, here's our game plan. First, we're going to uncover how turbos tap into the power of waste. Then, we'll peek inside the super high-speed system itself. After that, we'll tackle the infamous delay, turbo lag, and how engineers fixed it. We'll bust some myths, cover some maintenance, and finally, see where turbos are showing up in the real world. Let's start with the big idea, the power of waste. See, a turbocharger isn't just an add-on. At its very core, it's a super smart recycling system. It's designed to grab energy that your engine is literally just trying to throw away. When you boil it all down, a turbo is really just an air pump. But here's the genius part. It's not powered by the engine itself. It's powered by the engine's waste. All that hot, fast-moving exhaust gas that's normally just shot out the tailpipe, the turbo captures it to spin a little turbine. That turbine spins a compressor, which crams more air into the engine. And as we know, more air plus more fuel equals a whole lot more power. It's beautiful, really. So why are they everywhere these days? Well, it's about chasing two things every car maker wants: power and efficiency. With a turbo, you can build a smaller, lighter engine that just sips fuel when you're cruising around town, but can still give you that big kick of power when you need it. Oh, and here's a neat little bonus. They also help engines perform better at high altitudes where the air gets thin. Okay, so now let's pop the hood and look inside at the high-speed system. We're about to see how these parts work together in what is basically a perfectly timed, incredibly fast mechanical dance. The whole process is actually pretty straightforward. Step 1, hot exhaust gas flows out and spins a turbine wheel, kind of like wind on a pinwheel. Step 2, that turbine is connected by a shaft to another wheel, the compressor. Step 3, the compressor wheel sucks in fresh air and pressurizes it. That's the boost you always hear about. And 4, that dense oxygen-rich air gets forced right into the engine. It's a perfect self-powering loop. And when I say high speed, I really mean it. A turbocharger can spin up to 200,000 RPM. Just let that number sink in for a second. It is absolutely mind-boggling. To give you some perspective on that, your car's engine might redline at, say, 6,000 or 7,000 RPM. This little thing is spinning up to 30 times faster. The amount of heat and stress this creates is incredible, and it's why the engineering has to be so precise. Your normal bearings would just turn to dust. Now, a turbo can't do its job alone. It has a crucial support team. First up is the intercooler. Think of it like a little radiator that cools down the air after it's been compressed. Why? Because cooler air is denser, and that means a bigger bang in the engine. Then you have the wastegate, which is basically the bouncer. It makes sure the turbo doesn't spin too fast and create too much boost. And finally, the blow-off valve. That's what makes that famous push sound. It releases pressure when you let off the gas, protecting the whole system. But of course, there's a catch. This amazing system has a famous weakness, the main villain in our story. And that brings us right to our next section, the delay and the fix, all about the classic problem of turbo lag. I'm sure you've felt it before. You put your foot down, wait a beat, and then the power kicks in. That frustrating little pause, that's turbo lag. It's simply the time it takes for enough exhaust gas to build up and get that turbine spinning or spooling up to its effective speed. It's just a simple problem of physics and inertia. So to fix this, engineers basically declared war on lag. The main culprits were heavy turbine wheels and friction from the bearings. The solutions today are just incredible. We're talking turbine wheels made of exotic materials like gamma titanium aluminide, which are literally half the weight of the old ones. They've replaced old-school bearings with nearly frictionless ceramic ball bearings, and they use clever twin-scroll designs to make the exhaust flow work smarter. All of this tech means modern turbos spool up almost instantly.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit and get practical. It's time for myths versus maintenance. We're going to clear up a few things you might have heard and talk about what it actually takes to keep a turbo running well.
All right, let's start with the big one. You hear it all the time. Oh, that car's got a turbo, it must be a gas guzzler. People automatically connect turbos with just raw racing performance, and they assume that means you're just burning way more fuel. But is that really the case anymore? The reality is, it's the total opposite. The main reason your family sedan or SUV probably has a turbo is to improve fuel economy. It lets a car maker put a small, efficient 4-cylinder engine in a car that performs like it has a big 6-cylinder. But you only get that big power when you ask for it. The rest of the time, you're just running a small, efficient engine. The result? Fewer trips to the gas station. So, how do you take care of one? Well, it really comes down to 3 golden rules. Number 1, a clean air filter is absolutely non-negotiable. Even a tiny piece of dirt hitting a compressor wheel at 150,000 RPM is like a tiny bomb going off. 2, you've got to check for shaft play now and then. If the shaft inside wobbles at all, it means your bearings are wearing out. And 3, and this is a big one, always use high-quality synthetic oil. It's the lifeblood that keeps those insanely fast parts lubricated and cool.
All right, let's wrap this up by looking at turbos out in the wild, because this tech isn't just for race cars anymore. It's everywhere, and it's completely changed the cars we drive every single day.
So what kind of a difference does a turbo really make? Let's just look at the raw numbers. Say you have a decent engine making 200 horsepower. By adding a good turbo system, you can realistically expect a 30 to 40% power boost. All of a sudden, your 200 horsepower car is a 260, maybe even a 280 horsepower car, without ever making the engine bigger. And you see this exact strategy everywhere. Honda uses small, efficient turbos to make cars like the Civic feel quick and get great gas mileage. Then you look at the other end of the spectrum, and you see BMW using really advanced turbo tech to get that silky smooth, powerful performance they're known for. It's the exact same idea, just used for totally different goals. Now, you've probably also heard of superchargers. So what's the difference? It all comes down to where they get their energy. A turbo, like we said, runs on free energy from the exhaust, which makes it really efficient. A supercharger is physically connected to the engine with a belt. That means you get instant power, zero lag, but it also takes some of the engine's own power to run, which makes it less efficient overall. So here's the big takeaway. A turbocharger is way more than just a go-fast part. It's a truly brilliant piece of engineering that takes wasted heat and exhaust and turns it into both speed and efficiency. It's the best of both worlds. And that kind of leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about, right? As engines keep getting smaller and smaller, engineers have totally mastered how to unlock the energy from exhaust. So what other waste energy, from heat, from vibrations, even from braking, is just sitting there, waiting for the next brilliant invention to come along and put it to good use?